All right, Shalom. I'm going to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word in sincerity and in truth. And this lesson is going to go into how we want the kingdom for our people more than they do. And you know, what motivated me in the spirit, I was basically pondering and really linking up a lot of things in the spirit. And you know, brothers are of course aware, of the beauty of the kingdom, the beauty of all the things that's going to actually come, with the kingdom, the rulership, the ownership of slaves, the ownership of property, and things of that nature. But our people, they turn their backs on that because they've been beat down and they've been stricken in poverty for so long that they naturally adapted to this Western slavery. All right, and for the most part, we fighting for ourselves, our family, our children, our nation on a whole, as it is written in Romans the 11th chapter, how all Israel shall be saved. But and this go around, of course, as it is written, of course, in Zechariah the 13th chapter, also 2/3 therein shall be cut off and die, because our people, they're mentally deficient, they're degenerates, they don't understand how to rulership, they don't understand the glory that comes with rulership, the level of stress that's actually taken off of your back when you're in a higher state, on the side of actually being at the bottom, and you're carrying all the weight, the work or the weight as a burden, all right, as a beast of burden, because that's all Jake is, so to speak, on this side is basically cattle. All right, we're bred like cattle, we work like cattle in immense heat, all right, carrying a massive amount of loads, back-breaking work with lack of medical care, medical or financial assistance for the most part. The so-called white men will throw you a bone here and there, as it is written, getting nourished from the face of the serpent. But for the most part, our people are jacked up, man. All right, they prescribe these medicines that's essentially poisonous, all right, and it's addictive, and it basically kills our people, man. So we fighting for this thing for our nation, man. Whether Jake like it or not, they gonna get the kingdom, man. All right, they're gonna be rulers. They're gonna have the so-called white men of these other nations as slaves. All right, and they're gonna be in their right mind, man, as it is written in Hebrews, how the laws in the new covenant is gonna be written in our people's inward thoughts, and they're gonna love it, man. They're gonna love the kingdom of heaven. They're gonna rejoice, and they're gonna really have their eye open. And that's why it also tells you in Daniel the 12th chapter how it's gonna be shame and everlasting content. Why are they gonna be ashamed? Because they've been putting all their energy and maximizing their time for this conglomerate or this Western corporation that doesn't have anything to do with their salvation, their rights, their elevation as a nation. So I'm gonna start with the scripture in Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know, my people did not consider. Right, and the ox is an impudent and a stupid animal, animal with a low IQ, so to speak. But he's well aware of his owner's residence. Same thing with an ass. That's why you have the term the dumbass. All right, and the same thing with an ox. You have that the ring on the ox's nose to help direct the ox because they're naturally stubborn. So it says that the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know, my people did not consider. Right, our people don't know their rest place. They don't know their dwelling quarters naturally. All right, and if Jake really took a sneak peek and really understood the beauty of the kingdom or this crib, they would grind as hard as we do, so to speak. But really in the spirit, our people hear about the kingdom of heaven and they think it's far-fetched. They think it's a fantasy. They think that the men of the Lord, starting off with the apostles and elders, are wig outs and bug outs, quacks, and we just selling BS, so to speak, selling basically bluff tickets to something that's not going to actually manifest into existence. But we understand because we build off of faith. We build off of the belief that all these things is going to come to pass. All right, as it is written in John the 14th chapter, how the Most High has mansions. Those are the cribs that our people don't understand, man. They don't understand how the Lord has these different things, these planets, these large galaxies that's built up in this reserve for the men to actually get to this finish line. And the spirit, it says the crown. Basically, I caught this, so to speak, in the spirit. They don't really want the crown of rulership, and that's why the scriptures speak about this in 1 Corinthians the 14th chapter. 1 Corinthians 14:38. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. All right, and it also tells you in Ezra, let not the incredulity of the unbelief of them trouble you, because our people are ignorant, man. They ignore all the truth. They ignore the things that's best for them, and they have a natural sensation when it comes to basically bullshit. They're homeborn slaves. They're institutionalized. They suffer from Stockholm syndrome, all right, and learned helplessness and various other mental complexes that has been pegged in their minds from generations, starting off, of course, with the Willie Lynch letter, different mental things that the so-called white man put in place, all right, to break and destroy the minds of our people. That's why it speaks about how our people mind is like a broken vessel, and they will hold in the waters as long as they will hold in no waters as long as they live. All right, and it also tells you how our people, they forsook the fountains of living waters and hewn out broken sisters that can hold no waters, which is these different religions, which is this philosophy, the wine, the traditions in this debaucherous society. All right, it don't matter if you're driving a nice 2017, 2018 Benz, a Porsche, a Lexus, a Audi. You know, you living in a $250,000 house, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 house. That doesn't make you in a better situation, a better estate. The kingdom of heaven is all about dominating, lordship, ownership, as it is written also in Genesis, how Abraham was rich in gold, cattle, and silver. When the kingdom of heaven is set up, we're going to have gold. We're going to have gold as far as the eye can see, silver, diamonds, rubies, precious stones. And we're not going to have to work for them. On top of that, it ain't going to be no dirt that's going to be under our finger collecting those goods, man, because we're going to have individuals that's going to bust their ass putting forth a immense amount of labor to extract the goods to give it into the hands of the royals, which are going to be who? Yasha Allah, which Yasha Allah is princes of the power. These are things that are naturally supposed to be inherited to our people, but they fail and deviated through following other gods, worships, and practices. But see, this is the time where Israel is going to rise, man. Kwam Yasha Allah. All right, whether a boneheaded nigga wants to hear it or not, this nation is on an uprising. This nation is on an elevation, and the society that we're living in is on a down spiral, man. So we have to keep fighting and pushing, whether our people see the vision or not. The vision isn't given to everybody. It starts off with the prophets and the men of the Lord that subscribe and that wholeheartedly put their faith into this, and the other individuals that actually believe. All right, that's why it speaks also in Revelation, the 7th chapter, how it's going to be a branching out of the kingdom. It's going to have the 144,000, the 1/3, and the innumerable multitude that's going to be the first tiers that's going to actually gain the inheritance. But at the end of the day, all of our people are going to get it, man. All of our people are going to dominate. They're going to have wealth, immense amount of wealth on top of that. Net worth is going to blow Donald Trump, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all these multi-millionaires, all these business tycoons, these individuals that's over these major districts. Is going to blow their funds out of the water, man. And we believe all these things through faith. And that's why we got to hold fast, stay strong in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so that we can reach the finish line, man. That's the rest. All right. And in that rest, it's going to be no more trouble. And I have that in the scripture. It ain't going to be no more sorrow. It ain't going to be no more heartaches. It ain't going to be no more riding around seeing your people in a low, destitute state. They're going to be in rulerships. Crowns is going to be passed out to the 144,000. And ultimately, the whole nation of Israel is going to have a crown and a throne to sit on. All right, starting off with the men. And on top of that, the women going to be right, man. It ain't going to be no more arguing with your baby mama, getting the government to take your child support. You're going to have a royal family. You're going to be a part of that royal line. To hell with the royal family in England, all right, and in the UK and things of that nature. The whole nation is going to be a royal line. Millions, billions. Us being the sand of the sea, we're going to all stand in the highest state in the kingdom of heaven. But it starts off with the elect, the ones that actually see it, the ones that feel it, waking in their bones, man. All right, so I'm going to start with this scripture, and I'm going to end it, of course, with the next scripture. But Hebrews 4:1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. Right, and that's our people, man. The gospel, which is the good news, is preached or taught to our people, but they don't believe because they're not mixed with the essence of faith. We believe these things, man. We believe that all these words that Yahweh Shah put through the prophets and the men of the Lord are gonna come to pass. Every chapter, every verse. All right, but our people, see, they're not mixed with faith. They don't have that gift of faith. So this truth is really not for them. This starts off with of the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel, because we're chosen as a nation of the Most High, but the Most High has the church of the firstborn. All right, which is the elect. All right, verse 3, and it also speaks about the 7,000 that then bow down to the feet of Baal, which is the men of the Lord. All right, for verse 3. For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise, and the Most High did rest the seventh day from all his works. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest. Right, and the rest is going to come, man. There's going to be no more stress. All right, no more working all these hours for the white man's dollar, these Yankee dollars. All right, these greenbacks that don't profit us at the end of the day. We're going to live in paradise where we're going to actually drink pure water. All right, filled with nutrients, filled with holy minerals, so to speak, royal minerals. All right, we're going to live royally. We're going to drink royally, drink out of royal cups. It's going to be, Solomon's kingdom is going to be each and every man of the Lord kingdom collectively, man. All right, or individually. So why not fight for it? Why not put your all into this thing? Because the Lord said it, man. And it says that shall he not make it good? Which he's going to make it good, and we believe that. All right, whether our people don't want to hear it or not, this thing is going to come to pass, and our people are going to fall into the lot that they were actually allotted to be in, which is a nation full of kings, judges, and priests. I'm going to end it with this scripture, Revelations 21:4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And who doesn't want that? Who in their right mind doesn't want a kingdom, paradise, Eden, that is going to be no more death? You're not even going to be sad in the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be joyfulness and happiness and everlasting bliss, so to speak, that's going to actually come out of our quarters. All right, and it says no more crying. You're not going to mourn. There ain't going to be no stillborn deaths. It ain't going to be, abortions. It ain't going to be nothing to cry over, because everything is going to be blessed by the hand of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. That's why it says the blessing shall overtake us. The Lord's hand is going to be fully on our nation. All right, and it said there ain't going to be no more pain. So we have to fight for these things, whether our people like it, believe it, understand it or not. These things are going to come to pass. So I want to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah B'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom Akim.